First of all, I'd like to thank Rosemary for giving us an opportunity to present our company and our products. This is the first statewide presentation that we are doing. And let me introduce our team. Actually, I'll start the presentation. My name is Igor Feinberg, and I'm in charge of sales and marketing for ABiSEE. I have, next to me, I have Erica Scapatici, who is in charge of customer support and technical support. And she's really a guru of our products. The next presenter who you will see is Ilana Volkman, and Ilana is in charge of product development and QA and QC, so we all wear various hats. We are small business. There are 17 of us working in Massachusetts. So first I would like to give you a little bit of a brief about the company and about the type of the products that we have. And then we'll go into a more detailed presentation of each product. We also would like to share with you what would be coming on in a marketplace in a month. We have been working on a product called iPal Vision, which is going to replace the older model called iPal Solar Low Vision, primarily for people with low vision who can not only follow the audio but also the text on the screen. This is a new, you see the prototype on your screen of that product, and I'll talk a little bit later about the differences between this product and the older iPal Solar Low Vision. So if you go to the second slide of your presentation, of your PowerPoint presentation, I will be talking, I will be talking about the company evolution. And basically, the company was started back in 2006, and we came up with the product called ZoomX. This is a computer-connected product, and I will talk a little bit more about this later on during the presentation. In 2007, we created the Zoom Tweaks camera, which has a device, I should say, which has two cameras. One would allow a user to read and view reading material on his desk, and the other one would allow a user to see the distant objects. The practical example of this would be for students in the classroom who would be able to see the writing on a blackboard or whiteboard, smartboard, whatever the case might be. In 2008, we created a device called iPal for totally blind folks, and primarily it's a scanner reader, which would follow by our most popular product called iPal Solar, which is a scanner reader for totally blind people. And finally, in 2010, we created two devices, ZoomX and iPal, for both use with Mac computers and for PC Windows-based computers. So first I'd like to go back for a second and explain to you that we are a Massachusetts-based company. We design and manufacture our devices ourselves. Everything is done in-house, and it's practically 100% US-made devices. The idea was to create two types of the product, and you can go to the next slide. that you would see on your screen. There are two types of products. One is computer-connected products and standalone products. Computer-connected products also divided into two categories, one for low vision and the other one for the blind people. The standalone devices do not require any computer connection, and basically they were designed with three ideas in mind. One, it should be a very simple to use device. Two, it should be self-contained or standalone, so it doesn't need anything, any other devices to hook it up to it. And the third one is that the quick access to any printed material is provided by this device. Primarily, it takes somewhere between 3 to 5 seconds after you place any printed material on a platform for that device to start reading back aloud to you. So, and again, whether you are reading newspapers or letters, or if you review a bill, those devices would be very helpful to you. So let's go to the next slide. By the way, if you do have questions, you can either type in, or you can just interrupt me at any time. I'll give you again the brief overview of each product, so that later on Erica will be able to go into greater details. You now can see the iPal Solar/Solar Low Vision on your screen. The device is known for simplicity, as I explained, so you have to just place a book or a letter, wait a moment, and the device will read back to you. We have more than 20 languages that are used with this device, and primarily in the US, the default would be English and Spanish. The device could be connected to an outside monitor or a home TV. You would get a 12 times magnification, and you don't really need to move any document. The difference between that device and CCTV is basically the technology behind that and the way it operates. With the CCTV device, you would need to move printed material to be able to follow the text. With our device, the difference is that the device takes a snapshot of the printed material, so you don't need to move any printed material back and forth to continue reading. Let's go to the next device. By the way, if you could indicate to me whether you're familiar with our devices or whether you had a chance to experience them, that would give me a chance to understand how detailed I should go. Okay, right now you have an iPal, which is a computer-connected device. It's connected through the USB port, and so it's powered through your computer. There is no need for additional power supply to power that device. It's about 1 pound in weight, so it's designed to be portable. It's designed to be carried with your computer anywhere you go. One of the advantages to use that device is, by the way, it looks like almost like a tripod. It has a camera that is foldable and 2 legs. Both legs, and again, Erica will go into a greater detail. Both legs could be unfolded and they create a 90-degree angle and serve as a guiding rail for placing your printing material. It creates a space of 8.5 by 11 inches where you can put your printed material. The device can scan up to 20 pages and provide you with the immediate access to audio for the content of those 20 pages. Primarily, basically what you do is you convert print into sound bites, into audio that you can hear. A lot of times those devices are used by younger folks, by students, by people who do a lot of reading and any type of research. That's what it's primarily used, and you can use it in school, you can use it in library. You can certainly use it at home. So let's go to the next slide. And I have only about 8-9 slides in this presentation just to give you an overview, and then we will go into a more detailed presentation. ZoomX is a dual functionality device. It could be used as an iPad to scan pages to create books. It could be used to provide audio back to you of the content of these pages, but it can also use as a live camera, as a CCTV, when you need to view the page on your laptop, or you can actually connect that to a larger screen or home TV through your computer. So it allows you to save pages as a text. It also allows you to save pages or content, I should say, as an MP3 format. So one of the very useful features of that device is again our ability to present the entire page on your screen without the necessity of moving around the printing material. And the reason behind that is because you never can run out of the space. We are writing text below the last line on your screen, so you never run out of a screen size. So if you picture that iPad primarily is a reader and scanner, ZoomX could be viewed as a combination of reader, scanner, and CCTV. The top of the line, let's go to the next slide. Thank you. The top of the line in computer-connected devices is a device called Zoom Twix. The name, the genesis of the name, basically has two cameras. One just like ZoomX and iPad, and the other one is a true CCTV camera, which would allow you to magnify 10 times. And it looks and acts just like any other CCTV. So the idea is to be able to give you access to printed material that is on your desk, or to allow you or to enable you to view distant objects. Again, an example would be writing on a blackboard or whiteboard in a classroom setting, but you can use the same camera basically when in the morning you brushing your hair or looking at yourself. It can be used basically as a mirror, similar to Graduate, if you're familiar with that device. Okay. You can switch between reading the printed material on your desk to viewing distant objects with the keystroke. and it's very, very easy. So let's go to the next device.
Rosemary has a question.
Okay.
Does the lighting matter when using the Zoom Twix when scanning?
In general, the lighting is always matter. Depending on an ambient light and depending on printed material, how glossy that is, you would be able to use either ambient light, or we have a built-in source of light with all of our devices. So you can turn on the light or you can shut it off, again with the stroke of a key. Okay? So if you click Control L for light, you would turn it on. If you do it again, you would shut it down. All right? If you have a good source of light and good ambient light, just like with any camera, if you take a picture, the better the picture, the more accurate conversion into a text will be. A couple of words in general about the technology behind all those devices, and then I will pretty much summarize the overview of our devices. The underlying technology is as follows. Any of our devices are based on what's called OCR conversion, which is optical character recognition. So when picture is taken by our device, it goes through the optical character recognition and converts the JPEG file onto a text. And then we're using another piece of software, which is a conversion from text to speech. That piece of software primarily is used from a company called Nuance, which is a worldwide leader in speech recognition and voice verification. They are also based in Massachusetts in a town called Burlington. So we collaborated with them quite successfully. So if I am to summarize the difference between our devices and similar devices on the marketplace, I would certainly emphasize the portability, ease of use, the speed of our scanning. I think one of our advantages is clearly the time period, the short time period that would allow you to actually get access to the printed material. It takes somewhere between 3 and 5 seconds once you place a printed material for a device to start reading with that. If you compare that with the older type scanners, sometimes called flatbed scanners, that have been used, and it's not unusual for those flatbed scanners to take 20, 25, 30 seconds just to scan one page. In our case, it's on average 3-4 seconds. Okay? We also pride ourselves with the accuracy of our optical character recognition. We have a proprietary software as well as other OCR engines that from time to time we use to maximize the accuracy of any printed content. And finally, our devices are pretty much made out of, all of them, pretty much made out of aluminum. They are sturdy and very reliable. Now, a couple of words about the iPad Vision. that I started my presentation with. Unlike the older iPal Solar Low Vision, it has a modern molded plastic case with better tactable buttons. And Erica is going to show you this device again. It combines three modes. It has a reading mode, which would allow you access to any printed material and audio will be heard. It has a CCTV mode where you can view under the live camera printed material. You can write, chat. You can do anything that you wanted to do under the live camera. And the third mode is what we call small print mode, primarily designed for folks who need to read pill bottles, medicine. If you place even if you place a round bottle on an open platform, it would allow you to magnify that and also read it aloud. So you will know whether you are taking the proper medicine or not. So that third mode, I don't think that any other manufacturer on the market right now can do it as well as we do. So with that, I'd like to finish the overview and then go into a more practical demonstration of our devices. Any questions, Rosemary?
Any questions? She has no questions.
No. Okay, I'll pass the mic to Erica, to Ilana, and Ilana will demonstrate the device called iPal Solar Low Vision.
Hello. So now you can see on your screen the device. The name of this device is iPal Solar. It is a standalone device. It works off the power, doesn't need a computer. And we have two modifications of this device. One is just standalone device. It is 6.5 pounds of weight. So we consider this device for the blind people. And the second configuration is connected to the monitor, which can be any type of the monitor or TV. And we consider this device for the low vision. The device is turned on already, so there are just 5 buttons here. Just 5 buttons on the front panel. So one is power off, on. Another one is a reading speed up and down. This is a volume control. This one is pause review button. And this is the arrow to read, to go one sentence back and to reset the application if needed. So since it's already turned on,
please place your document.
The camera can see the icon here, the emblem on the surface of this device. So you can place a document, any printed material under the camera. It takes a picture and starts reading aloud.
Training using the manual monkey system. In addition, explore the possibility of becoming a licensed instructor in the
I thought this. just to explain a little bit more, that for the low vision people, there is ability to follow on the screen the red text, and also by using
Licensed instructor.
this keypad to zoom in, to change the contrast. No, can you see that?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Okay. To read word by word by using arrow key
Enabling.
and to go back and away. And also to read across the columns if it is a bill or a table, something like that, where you would need to read across the columns. So there is also when you press
Pages upside down, 6 main sections, 3 headers, 183 words, 74% text.
So when you press up and down arrow together, it will describe the page by sections, number of words, and so on. There are a few more options here, which can be used to benefit the different eye diseases. So there are people which eye conditions cannot follow on the screen the whole page, and we have a couple of more options here to read without voice output, and by watching the scrolling row here, and I will just show you how it works. Basically, on the screen, there is now, it went to the running row. So you need to operate the speed. You are pressing the right arrow to speed up. You can pause it also, and to lower the speed and to follow on the screen in very slow mode, you need to press the left arrow. Another mode,
7:45.
Another mode is a scrolling mode. In this mode, also it doesn't have a voice output. Just by pressing down arrow, someone can follow the text on the screen, or going forward or going back, reading the text in this mode. The very latest software we released earlier this year also will allow the user to save multiple pages, actually the whole book or any printed material on a flash drive. So there is a place, a USB port on the right side of this device.
AM.
I'm inserting this flash drive here into the USB port. And this device, the device will recognize the existence of this external memory device, and And it goes to the book mode, so-called book scanning mode. So I'm placing a book here. It takes a picture, and then I'm turning over the page. It goes to new scanning mode, and it takes as many pictures as you need. By pressing one button,
Place your document.
it will,
Gesture commands disabled.
the device will convert the scanned documents into text and into MP3 into audio format. So after that, this flash drive can be disconnected and can be used on any devices that allows MP3 format. Audio. So again, I just can turn off the monitor and just to show you that this device works without a monitor as well. And again, we can place the documents onto the camera. It takes a picture. It reads aloud. It takes about 2 seconds for a regular document printed for any printed material. It may take up to 5 seconds if there is a bad contrast of the document, or if there is not maybe enough light in the room. And the keypad allows to turn the light on and turn the light off on this device. So if you have any questions, I'm ready to answer.
I have a question for you from one of our observers. Can you show the magnification mode? They are wondering about being able, I told them that the machines cannot read math problems, but they can view them in magnification mode, like similar to that of a CCTV.
Please place your document.
Okay, so now there is a button on a keypad. There is a button on the keypad. It's the round button. And by using this button, I go now to magnification mode, and it will the device will announce it.
Magnification mode. Red off.
Okay, here is the picture under the camera, and now it is in magnification mode. Okay. Also, if I, let's say, I want to see better the text, I can do this in this mode as well. And I can zoom in. I did. Oh, okay. So just to view or to...
Yeah, just to show them the colors on the front. We had a question about being able to view pictures.
Oh, I see. Okay, here it is.
Here's a penguin.
Lovely.
And that is a book cover.
Brightness down. Brightness down.
So the device will talk as well.
Yeah, the device will explain what they are doing. You can turn brightness down or turn it up, and adjust light as well.
Any other questions?
I'm just gonna answer this question. So if you're in magnification mode, you can view any pictures as you see the penguin up there. If you are in reading mode, which is the mode that Alana showed previously, Any pictures on the page will actually be ignored by the OCR. So it's just going to focus on the printed material.
Any other questions?
Rosemary, good question. The iPal Solo for the blind is on sale right now for $1,895 with a free carrying case. Usually it is $1,995, and Solo LV is $2,595 with a free carrying case as well.
And with the monitor.
Oh, and a monitor. Thank you, Alana. For the closed caption, it's the Solo LV is $2,595 with the free carrying case and monitor. No, I'll type it. I'll type it in here. Yes, all of our devices come with a 2-year warranty. And good question, Luke. Luke wants to know what advantage iPal Solo has over the Intel reader.
In my mind, Luke, this is Igor Feinberg. In my mind, they are not really even in the same category. To give you a couple that comes to mind right away is the speed of optical character recognition, basically the time that it takes for the device to start reading back to you. Also, if you try to use, I don't know if you used Intel Reader yourself, one of the difficulty is to actually take a good picture with that. You would need to use their stand in order to avoid tremors in hands and stuff like that. So I would think that our device would do the job faster and very accurately as well. Okay. In general, the technology behind the Intel Reader is very similar. The differences in our way or in our ability to process the data that we receive from our camera and from our optical character recognition compared to Intel Reader. Okay. Did I explain to you the difference? And then coming back to your question in regards to the pricing, I'd like to make sure that we're on the same page. Our regular prices for iPal Solo is $1,995, and the regular price, retail price for the iPal Solo Low Vision is $2,595. The promotion that we are running right now would enable somebody to buy iPal Solo for $1,895, which includes a free $35 carrying case. The promotion for the iPal Solo Low Vision would be $2,595, the same price, but it would include the cost for the monitor and for the carrying case. So it's about, I would say it's about $250 savings that we provide with our promotion right now. Okay?
If anyone has a question about iPal Solo or Solo V, you may raise your hands before we go ahead and continue on to our computerized devices. Yes, Douglas is here.
By the way, I failed to introduce. I have our colleague, our dealer in California, online with us. His name is Douglas Geary, and Douglas is working with Andy Cracker, and they are one of our biggest dealers throughout the U.S. They are very active primarily in Southern California. And Douglas, I'd like to ask you to share your personal experience using iPal or iPal Solar. What you can add anything to what's been already said if you have any comments.
Okay, well, I guess Douglas is being shy. Douglas, feel free to chime in at any time through chat or raise your hand and we'll let you speak. And I hope you will. So if we don't have any questions, I think we'll move on to the computerized devices. I'm going to start off with talking about the iPal. And the iPal is designed for someone who is blind or legally blind. And, yep, all right, let me turn it towards you. So Alana has it in her hand. It's about 16 inches tall, and it has an 8.5 by 11 90-degree angle at the bottom. Those legs fold up nicely and can be used to bring it with you, whether it's to class or to work. Altogether, the device is about 1 pound. So Alana has it folded up, and then to put it back, you just lift the head up, you pull the legs out of their housing, you rotate the screws at the bottom, which locks the legs into place and again creates that 90-degree angle. The 90-degree angle is your area as to where the camera can see a document. iPal again is designed for someone who's blind or legally blind. It can work with a Macintosh or a PC, laptop, or desktop computer, and it is also Kurzweil compatible. So we have a lot of options here that the iPal can be used with. iPal just has the ability to do speech output, again, because it's designed for someone who's blind. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the software with the iPal connected. And I would like to, in advance, let the observers know that there may be a little bit of a delay with the software, the OCR, and potentially the reading. The reason for that is how it's being transmitted across through the webinar. Usually iPal takes between 3 and 5 seconds, if that, to start reading out loud. So bear with me while I get this going here. Okay guys, so I am going to share the Zoom Office software with you. Yes, thank you for everyone's patience. This webinar program we're using is pretty new to us as well, so I appreciate your patience. So I'm going to share the iPal software on my PC laptop, which works in conjunction with the iPal. Again, there may be a delay, and if anybody needs me to repeat something or show something again, please do not hesitate to let me know. Okay, there's the delay. Okay. Yep, it's loading. Posting notification. Okay, so now it is being shared. Okay, by a check mark, please. Those of you who are at your computer, can you currently see an iPal product sheet on your screen with the Zoom Office software being displayed? Okay, now cannot see, and I can. Okay, so most of you can see it. I believe, Rosemary, there is a way to just use the whiteboard option.
Yes, just the one.
The whiteboard option may allow you to see the shared software a little bit better. And I believe you go to View on your bar here, and Layout, and then I believe you can choose the whiteboard only. Yep, Layouts, and then the whiteboard only. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and continue. If anyone still is having trouble seeing it, please message me. So I placed the iPal brochure underneath the iPal within the 90-degree angle here. I'm going to go ahead and hit E on my keyboard. What you will hear is a shutter sound, and then you may hear a few beeps. That's the software thinking, and then it will start reading out loud to you.
iPal is your lightweight on-the-go instant reader. As a low-vision optometrist for over 17 years, I have evaluated hundreds of innovative tools to help the blind and visually impaired.
I did turn on, Ray, I did turn off the initial video. I'm hoping that with the initial video not running, the image of us sharing the Zoom Office application will come through a little bit better. Yep, I did. Okay. All right. So hopefully you guys were able to hear that again. Can you guys give me a green arrow check mark if you were able to hear the reading? Okay, all right. Does anybody want to hear a little bit more of the reading so you get a feel of the tone, voice, and so forth? Okay, I will let it read for a few more.
Impaired, and I cannot think of an innovation that is more efficient as the iPal. I started using it myself to remain productive at the onset of my own loss of vision.
Okay, so that is basically the iPal. The iPal just does speech output. With the ability, then when you add the ability to view formatted text on the computer screen, you now have ZoomX. ZoomX looks very similar to iPal, but it's designed for someone with low vision. Again, it's on a 16-inch vertical pole. It has the camera hanging over the 90-degree legs and so forth. I should mention that iPal, ZoomX, and ZoomTwix all have screen readers within their programs. So we recommend that JAWS, ZoomText, Magic Eyes be disabled for the moment while you're in the program, or everything will be read out loud twice to you, and or the fact that some hotkeys may interfere with each other. So now I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate Zoom X. And Zoom X is the same thing. I'm going to start the camera up.
Camera started.
I'm going to go ahead and do a different piece of literature here. Zoom X. The camera is now seeing the book, and while I'm flipping it around here, I again hit E on my keyboard. It's going to take a picture and it's going to start reading. As soon as it starts reading, I'm going to stop it, and then I'm going to change it over to the formatted mode so you guys can see the nice displayed font on the screen here. That's just his thinking.
Charles Edward, Ned, Cox a picture might be worth 1,000 words, but words can best tell the Ned Cox story.
Okay, so now I'm going to change it over to formatted mode with F, and then I'm going to let it read for a little bit so you can see the highlighted bar while it moves with the word that's being spoken out loud.
Story. A 1935 graduate of the Kentucky School for the Blind, Ned Cox was the first placement counselor in Kentucky to help significant numbers of blind people find work in the 1940s and 1950s.
Okay, so that was a little bit of taste. And when it reads out loud, it has the highlighted bar to see where you are while you're reading, and it's always the opposite of the foreground and background that you currently have. We have the ability to change the foreground and background colors by using C on the keyboard, and there's many different foregrounds and backgrounds to choose from. I won't bore you by going through all of them. We have the ability to increase the font size on the screen by pressing the plus button, and no matter how large I increase the font size, it's not going to run off the screen. That's what is called word wrapping. So unlike a CCTV where you have to focus on the XY table and you may lose your spot, you have no problem at all. You can just go ahead and increase it and then start the reading, and it will continue where it left off. The other great thing about Zoom X is the ability to read by character, word, sentence, and paragraph. So if for some reason the OCR may have not pronounced something correctly, you can go back and you can have it be spelled out to you and figure out what it was supposed to say. Rosemary is asking if this text can be saved as MP3. The beta 4.3, it has the ability to convert entire books as MP3. Yep. And thank you, Alana. Those of you who are not able to hear Alana, if you have the Mac version of iTel or Zoom X, you have the ability now to save entire books as MP3 files where you can put on your iPod and take it with you or make your own audio CDs. Thank you, Rosemary. That was a good question. Does anybody have any questions up until this point about the formatted mode or Zoom X? Rosemary asked, can you adjust the reading features such as speed and rate of voice? Yep. I can increase and decrease the speed of the voice by F8 will slow it down, and F9 will increase how fast it reads to you. I have the ability to change the voice. Right now we're using ScanSoft Tom, but I know some people like VW Mike or VW Kate. Our device has the ability to pick up any voices as long as they're not locked. So you can go ahead and you can change the setting to the preference of the voice that you prefer. Does iTel have a higher resolution camera than Zoom X? Nope. Both cameras have a 5 megapixel camera in them. Good question, Luke. Any other questions, guys? All right, well, I will keep looking on the chat. If not, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move to what is very popular with our devices is the ability to scan books at a very fast rate. iPal, Zoom X, and Zoom Twix all have the ability to scan up to 20 pages per minute. So I'm going to go ahead. You may hear sounds, and that is the screen reader suggesting where I am going. But I'm going to go up to Book. I'm going to go down to Create New Book. I'm going to fill out the title of my book, and then I'm going to hit the Create button. So those are the steps To do book mode.
Book. Create new book. Title blank. T-E-S-T 4 5.
Create.
Create button. Camera started.
So real quick, I'm going to go over the scanning options, which are very important. The scanning options that you have are one page at a time. This is great for somebody who has a one-sided report. Only odd or only even pages is designed with professionals and college kids in mind. You can scan all the even pages. You can pause the scanning. You can go back to where you started. You can rotate the book around 180 degrees and then go ahead and scan all the odd pages. The great thing about this feature is that all of our devices are smart enough to put those pages back in chronological order, so it saves the student and professional a lot of time. And last but not least, we have 2 pages at once, is what we will be using right now. We have a small paperback book, so we're going to choose 2 pages at once.
Scanning options. 2 pages at once checked.
They only have 2 scanning modes. The first one is manual, and the second one is auto mode. I always choose auto mode due to the fact that with our patented motion detector, the camera actually waits for a clear image before it takes the picture. So if an individual is having a hard time turning the page, or something's in the way, it will wait. So I'm going to go ahead and check that, and then we're going to go ahead and start scanning.
Auto mode checked. Start auto mode button.
So Igor is being my assistant right now, and we have the paperback book. It's going to take a picture. You will hear the shutter. You heard 2 shutters. Igor is going to turn the page. And we'll do one more.
Stop auto mode button.
So we did about 6 pages in maybe 15 seconds, give or take. And I apologize if it's not coming through the webinar as quickly as it is being presented here in the office. But it is that fast. That's why we do say about 20 pages per minute if you get really good. So now I'm going to hit done.
Opening page 6.
It opens to the last page that has been scanned by the device. And those of you who are able to see this, you will notice that there's only one page on the screen, even though the camera took pictures of both pages. So if I was ready, I could go ahead and hit E and it would start reading out loud to me. Another feature that is great for students after your book is scanned in is the ability to convert it to a text file. This is great for reports, or if you need to copy and paste something into an email, what have you. I'm not going to show that because I'm afraid with the transmitting of the webinar that it may pick up. But usually it takes, it's hard to say because depending on how large the book is, how many words are on the page, if there's any pictures, it varies. The more simple the layout, the faster the conversion will be. And again, to reiterate, if you have a Mac and you have iPower ZoomX, you also have the ability to go ahead and convert the entire book into an MP3 file, which is an audio file. Rosemary is asking what the red box outlined for is. Good question. Good question. Very good question. And I apologize I didn't bring this up sooner. Red box is called a preview window box. And the preview window box is used for viewing a picture that has already been taken. Hold on, I'm going to struggle with this.
So, 4. Opening page 4.
So, the preview box is used for being able to magnify and see something up close. So I don't know if it was Luke or if it was Kevin who asked earlier about the math problems. This would be another great thing to use to view the math problems. So, I'm going to click on the penguin's head, and the red box is now gone around the penguin's head. If I hit V as in Victor, it blows up the image of the penguin's head. If I hit V again, I have a small picture within a picture, which allows me to navigate around within that picture. So this is great for those math problems because they can click on the math problem, they can zoom up in on it, and then they can go ahead, maybe they have a copy next to them and they can fill out the answer. Okay. Yeah, I feel that the preview window is not used as much as it should be. A lot of people call it, and I'll put it in quotes here, the annoying red box. But I like it. I think it's a great feature, and I like to stress it, and I'm sorry I forgot about that. Okay, so Untel and ZoomX are done, I believe. So unless we have any questions, I will move on to ZoomTwix. So fine. Yep. Yep, that's fine. Okay, doesn't seem like we have any questions. So I'm going to put the webcam on again, and I want to show the ZoomTwix. The ZoomTwix is the ZoomX with a distance camera added to it. So we still have the 16-inch vertical pole, and I apologize, the camera is waiting here to launch. Okay, so Alana has the ZoomTwix in her hand. So this is basically the ZoomX camera up here, which is what we used earlier. And then the second camera is right here, which is the ZoomX camera, ZoomFrog camera, excuse me. The ZoomFrog camera is the distance camera. It is used for low vision students to view such things as the whiteboard, the blackboard, and even something simply right directly down on their desk. Okay, so now, now we're going to connect it and we'll launch the Zoom Office program again. So I'm going to shut down the webcam again, so hopefully everything will be transmitted a little bit better. Okay, we are back. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and launch the Zoom Office again. I hope no one is sleeping out there.
Camera started.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and share the Zoom Office application again. Hopefully everybody can see it again. Okay. All right, so right now, those of you who are able to see, I have the Penguin book out again underneath the ZoomX camera. And here's my hand. But that's not the camera I want to show you because we already showed that part, the ZoomX on the Twix. So I'm going to hit F7 on my keyboard and it's going to switch over to the distance camera, which is called the ZoomFrog, F-R-O-G.
ZoomFrog camera.
And of course you'll hear the audio letting you know which camera you are on. Here's the big test for us. If you guys don't mind with your green check mark, if you can tell me if you are able to see the penguin being shown through the frog camera. Okay, good. All right. And again, I will apologize for any delay with the camera. So right now, we have it pointed at the penguin. So a child can go ahead, and if they need to, they can write underneath it, whether it's a math problem or, spelling out their words for the week. So now I'm going to flip the lens away from the frog camera, and this will allow me to view distance. And Alana is upside down, so I'm going to hit R to rotate it so the image is correctly being displayed. So I'll give it 1 second to go ahead, and hopefully it's transmitting correctly. I will let you know that the Zoom Frog camera is a live camera, so there is no delay. So if there is a delay coming through, this is just the webinar here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to zoom up on to September that she has written on the whiteboard here. What I absolutely love about the frog camera is that it has an advantage over the sighted children. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to freeze frame. So Alana, if you can put your hand up for just a second. Okay. I have freeze framed Alana with her hand up on the board. Now I can go ahead and I can save that image. And I can save these images. Yep. You can save the images, and the student or professional can view them at a later date. So there's 2 ways to do that. The first way is just a normal Control-S, as in Sam. You type in the title and you hit save, which I'll do right now.
E-P-T.
And I'm typing in steps for September, and I'm going to hit save. By default,
Save button.
By default, it is saved in My Documents, Zoom Office under the Images folder. The other way I can save an image is Control-Shift-S as in Sam. This is a date timestamp. This is just in case the student does not have time to fill in the title, or if the professor seems to be going at a faster pace than normal, they can go back later and they can rename them. Now I'm going to unfreeze Alana, and she has stepped away, as you can see. And I can go ahead and I can zoom up even further if I need to. But, and then I've lost my train of thought. I'm sorry there.
And then you can do whatever you need to do with whatever you did with a scan and magnify or just go to the.
I know the question a lot of people ask that I should just address before they ask it. Zoom Frog does not have the ability to record video. Unfortunately, it does not, but that is a question that comes up quite frequently. So at this time, it can only take still snapshots. And then after class is over, the student can go and locate those files, and they can zoom up using their window viewer and so forth to help them study. But besides that, that is Zoom Twix in a nutshell. It is the Zoom X camera with the distance camera added to it, which creates Zoom Twix. If anyone has any questions, feel free, and I'm just going to mute myself for 1 second. Okay, Kevin asked why no recording capabilities, and the reason for that is it's just a viewing camera. It's not a video camera to record, so it's just a viewing CCTV camera. The other thing that I wanted to mention to our audience is our website is www.A as in Apple, B as in boy, I as in igloo, S as in Sam, E as in England, E as in England.com. On there, we have all the information on all the products you saw today, as well as the ability to view tutorials, the ability to read the manuals, and to look at everything that we have on there. We should probably also mention that if there's any vets out there, our devices are able to be purchased through the GSA contract. You just have to go see your BIS coordinator and talk to them, and they would be able to hopefully help you obtain one of those devices.
Any questions so far? Looks like we don't have any written questions that I can address. In conclusion, I'd like to remind you and actually introduce you to our dealer in California. It's ABiSEE Crater, your low vision store in Southern California. You can get the information on our website under the tab Find a Dealer. And Andy and his staff are very, very experienced in providing assistive technology for the last 20 years to blind and visually impaired community. So with that, I'd like to invite you again to visit our website. Please don't hesitate to call us with any questions. In that PowerPoint presentation, you will have our contact information. The telephone number for those who want to capture that right now is 800-681-5909. And you're welcome to ask for Erica, Ilana, or me, Igor, and we'll be happy to answer any of your questions. And if you happen to like our devices or know somebody who is using them, you're welcome to get their personal opinion about them. To sort of conclude, there are a number of assistive technology devices, and quite a few of them are very good. What's important, I guess, is an ability to read pretty much any printed material quickly and accurately. And that's what we pride ourselves with. With that, we are all set, Rosemary. Again, if you have any questions, please ask. If not, I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to present. We are really very happy, and we'll be able to be available to you anytime you need us. Thanks a lot, everybody.
Thank you.